performance low. So our good training expert should study or analyze the situation, the right situation or the correct situation, that why the performance is low, why we are not able to meet our standard performance with actual performance. Moving to the next slide. Importance of training. Why? We have studied about need for training. Now it's the time to study about importance of training. Why training is important? Why an organization should invest in training sessions? Why an employee should be trained at time to time? What is the reason behind? Why it is so important? Because unless you know about the importance of training, you will be not able to knowing about that how and when to conduct the various training sessions. Point 1 says achieves high service standards. If you want to raise your service standards, if you want to raise your profits, if you want to raise the standards of your employees, then training is must. Training is required, because only training is a, we can say, method, or only training is a way through which high service standards can be achieved and employees can be met out with various objectives you are expecting. Point 2, refreshes memory of old employees. Yes, very correct. It refreshes the memory of old employees, means that the employees who are working in the organization since years and years, and they are working on the same monotonous type style, then they must be memorized with new aspects also, with new techniques also, because they are working on the same pattern, they are working on the same style since years and years. So it might happen that they must not be aware with new technologies and new techniques, but it's important for an organization to make them aware with the same, to make them familiar with the same. Because unless your employees are familiar or aware with the new techniques or traits which are going on, they will be not able to give you the efficient product. Point 3, achieves learning about new things, technology, products, service delivery. Yes, the novel concepts, the novel ideas, the novel strategies, the novel pattern which are going on in the society. They must be known, because if your employees are not well aware, well versed with the new technologies and techniques, then how they will be helping you in production of such new products? How they will be able to provide you updated service? Because when they themselves are not knowing about what is going on in the society, what is the external environment going on, so they will be also not work according to that. So to avoid that thing, what we have to do, we have to train our employees time to time, to make them aware about new things, technology, product, service. Reduces mistakes and minimizing cost. Because if your employees are making mistake in production or in their work on a regular basis, then it leads to wastage of resources. And that wastage of resources will be leading to low profits, because our cost will be high due to wastage. Due to wastage, our cost will rise, and when our cost rise, our profits fall down. So what we have to do is, we have to make our employee train time to time, so that mistakes can be reduced or mistakes can be eliminated, and that will lead to cost efficiency. And when cost will be minimized, then our profits will rise or they will increase. Next, opportunity for staff to feedback, suggest improvement. Training sessions also provide an opportunity to the employees to give their feedback or to give suggestions if they feel for any kind of change in the working style, change in the organization, because the feedback from the employees' point of view is very important for an organization. Organization can bring changes, Organization can change its style of working only if it receives proper feedback from its employees, proper recommendations and suggestions from its employees. Because if proper suggestions and recommendations are not received, then how the organization will be making changes? How the organization will be bringing changes in the working style? How the organization will be bringing changes in the techniques, equipment, machines? Because if the employees will not be giving them feedback. So, training sessions provide an opportunity to staff for feedback and suggestions. Next, improves communication and relationship, better teamwork. Yes, training sessions we can say are somewhat a little bit informal also. So they provide a chance or an opportunity to employees to communicate among themselves, have a conversation, healthy conversation among themselves, and which leads to teamwork, better teamwork. Because when you discuss things with your peers and colleagues, then you also have a sense of belongingness among yourself. And that sense of belongingness helps in discussing your personal matters also, discussing your personal things also, and that discussion leads to more improved teamwork or better teamwork. So these were the basic, 6 points of importance of training for an organization, or we can say for an employee. Just have a quick review. Achieves high service standards, refreshes memory of old employees, achieves learning about new things, technology, product, service delivery, reduces mistakes, minimizing cost, opportunity for staff to feedback, suggest improvements, and improves communication and relationships, better teamwork among employees of the organization. So these were the 6 important points of training. Why training is important for an organization or for the employees of an organization. Moving to the next slide. Benefits of training. Why? What are the benefits, or we can say what are the positive outcomes of training? If you conduct training sessions for employees, if you conduct training programs for employees, then what will be the benefits or what will be the positive outcomes for your employees and for the organization? Point 1, most training is targeted to ensure trainees learn something they apply to their job. Yes, training session helps employee to learn those important aspects which they can apply on their work, on their job, which they can implement on their work, on their job, that would make their working more efficient and effective. So the first benefit is that we have training sessions with a target or with an objective to ensure trainee learn something they apply to their job or their work. Point 2, increased job satisfaction and morale among employees. Yes, when the employees goes for training sessions on a regular basis, their motivation level increased or improved, and their morale also improves. Because when they are getting regular training sessions, then they are updated on a regular basis. So if they are asked to work on new technologies, techniques, equipments or machine, they work on it with full motivation and morale. But at the same time, when the employees are not provided proper training sessions, regular training programs, then working on new techniques become a little tough. They are not able to work on new machines, new technologies, new equipment, and at the same time, they are not able to give their maximum to the organization. So, training sessions leads to increased job satisfaction and morale among employees. When employees are working with their full enthusiasm, then they are satisfied with the job also. Because training sessions make them fully comfortable or compatible with new technologies and techniques. Next point, increased employee motivation. As I have discussed earlier also, yes, training session creates an increased level of motivation, encouragement, confidence among the employees. They are ready to accept challenges. They are ready to work on new techniques, technologies, and they will be giving their best to the organization because now they are trained. Now we are having an updated team or an updated workforce. A workforce which is easily ready to adapt changes. So this all leads to increase in motivation. Then increased capacity to adopt new technologies and methods. Very sure. When you are giving training sessions to the employees, then they are ready to face challenges. They are ready to accept challenges, and their capacity to adopt new technologies and methods also rise. It also increase because now they are trained. Now they are knowing about new technologies and techniques and machines. Earlier, they were not knowing about all these things, so they are not comfortable or compatible in working on those machines, techniques, and technologies. But now, as they have gone through proper training sessions, so they are ready. Then, reduce employee turnover. Yes, a motivated, satisfied workforce does not want to leave the organization. They want to continue with the same organization for years and years. So training makes a platform or base for employees to work with that particular organization, because when they know that if any new technique will be launched, any new machine or equipment will be launched, they will be getting training sessions and they will be working on them very easily. Then they are not having fear of job, safety. They found that their job is totally secured and safe, and employee turnover is reduced or minimized. Last point, increased efficiencies in processes resulting in financial gain. Yes, a trained employee perform their work very well. They perform their work with full efficiency and effectiveness, and when processes are done with effective efficiency, then they leads to financial gains to the organization. Organization have good profits, organization have higher profits, and organization have good image or goodwill in the market or society also. Because your image or goodwill plays a main role or leading role for the society, because your word of mouth or your publicity goes with your employees. So let's have a recap on all the 6 points. Most training is targeted to ensure trainees learn something they apply to their job. Increase job satisfaction and morale among employees. Increased employee motivation. Increased capacity to adopt new technologies and methods. Reduced employee turnover. Increased efficiencies in processes resulting in financial gain. So these were the 6 points of